Hi, I'm Sarah Maloney, and I'll be presenting my research questions throughout the semester. And as you can see, why is there burnout culture in the nursing community? And throughout the semester, I had a variety of research questions that I wasn't sure I wanted to look at. For example, is the workplace environment for nurses safe? That is really too specific it doesn't really give a broad range of, for example, the long hours and things like that. So I just decided to have a research question where I'm able to research all aspects of the community. And my synthesis tree, I was able to group the three kind of main things that cause burnout, which I'll be talking about is understaffed, environment, and being overworked. Understaffed, so that means the NPR is really bad. All that means is the patients outnumber nurses, and when that happens, nurses may feel unsatisfied with their job. And when you feel unsatisfied and not happy, that can lead you to quit. And obviously, that's what causes nurses to want to leave the community. So there's been a various amount of ways where we try to keep the nurses in the hospital. For example, flexible work hours. That's really important because people don't realize nurses work 12 hours like in one day, and some work 3-4 days a week. So that's a lot of time that they're willing to take out of their day to help people. And when dealing with patients with gratitude, all that really means is like try to keep the patient in a positive way, because when you're a patient, you're obviously hurt and injured and not able to take care of yourself, which makes you feel vulnerable. And nurses' main job is just to restore them back to health. And when you keep that in mind, as this diagram says, it can lead them to stay. And the next thing I'd like to talk about is the work environment. Mostly it's about the emotional part of the job. Secondary stress, all that means is nurses are stressed by the idea of patients being hurt, because then it's their job to make them feel better, and if they don't do their job good, then it's a lot of responsibility to have. And when patients treat nurses badly, nurses don't have the time to ask them to be polite, or because they're working all the time. So all that means is they don't have time to recover or think about how they can fix themselves. Because when you're being told a lot that you're doing a bad job, sometimes you might believe you have a bad job, and that leads you to be unhappy. And some solutions to this is to have a good support system, which means just all the staff coming together and hyping each other up and trusting each other, because when that happens, you're able to solve problems and you feel less alone. And when that happens, you feel part of the team and that you're making a great contribution in the hospital. And better coping stress management, all that means is you find better ways to deal with it, such as exercise and meditation. And you avoid bad habits such as overeating or going to smoking. And last thing I want to talk about is being overworked. Overworked causes cardiovascular diseases such as high blood pressure. And then when I talk about sleeping problems, that just means when you have sleep, that causes a bad job performance, which leads to mistakes. And nurses can't afford to make mistakes because they're helping people. And it just causes a huge mess, which leads us to this occupational hazard. And solutions is just to aim for better sleep, which hence goes back to the first problem, which is being overworked. And these are my citations. And the last thing I'd like to mention is a hypothetical situation. Well, as of right now with the pandemic, nurses are at the point where they're seeing death and seeing ventilators. At the beginning where there was a shortage, and I guess with my research, I can go to at the point of the pandemic, is burnout going to be addressed now more than ever? Or in the end, is it going to lead to future nurses and current nurses to leave the community? Thank you for your time, and leave a comment and tell me what you think. Thank you.